What's up, guys? Calm Double here. I'm just bringing you a video here to do with Summoners Warless Centuria, specifically the World Tournament mode, and how my run looked and what kind of deck I was using and how I approached the mode. So starting off the World Tournament mode, we just had the first World Tournament finish a few days ago. The World Tournament mode is a mode where you're able to either you can play endlessly. And what that means is that as long as you don't lose 5 games, you can keep going into an unlimited amount of wins. Also, there's a ban and pick mode where you can ban 2 of the opponent's monsters. And all the rules of the tournament is that skill stones are allowed. Runes are allowed, but the substats don't matter. It's just the rune set effects will be applied. For example, energy plus 15% HP. And all cards are adjusted to level 10, which means that any card above level 10 gets brought down to level 10, but any card below level 10 stays there. For example, if you've got a level 8 Eleanor, she will stay level 8. Okay, so just to give you a little brief rundown of how it went for me, I finished with 40 wins, which is pretty good. The account is also free to play. I haven't spent a single dime on this account. And I believe that this is the highest placing of a player who is free to play. All the 10 players above me have spent money in the game, and which means that normally they have better skill stones than myself. Okay, so that's the difference maker there. And also, when I was doing my first part of the run, a lot of my characters were at level 10. I was running with level 8s and 9s. But yeah, 40 wins. So my deck that I used for this, I'll give you a brief rundown of how that works. My deck looked like this. Okay, so this is how I would enter the game mode, like this. Ramagos in the front, Bernard in slot 2, Eleanor in slot 3, Perna in slot 4, Tagros in slot 5, Sohar in 6, Hoa in 7, and Jian in 8. Okay. I'll go through the runes a little bit later in the other page because it's easier for me to show how they're runed. But the thing that you can see straight away is that I have a very poor amount of skill stones. Okay, my account is pretty much maxed out for a free-to-play player, which means that I've done all the dailies. I've been playing since day 2. I've opened probably about 100 skill stone tickets at this point, something like that. A lot. I've opened a lot of skill stone tickets, maybe not 100, maybe more like 50-ish, but a lot. And I've only got one hero skill stone so far. And you can see only 2 of my other characters even have skill stones, and they're both common skill stones. Okay, skill stones are a huge thing in World Tournament because all their characters are level 10, and that's really the difference maker when it comes to things. For example, if a lot of my opponents have 6 to 8 hero skill stones, that is a dramatic difference. Okay, and especially depending on what stones they are. But in terms of if I go through the bans and how it would work, so first of all, in 45 games. Ramagos never got banned once. Not a single time did Ramagos ever get banned. Every single other character got banned multiple times. Ramagos did not get banned 1 time. Bernard got banned, I think, twice. But my supporting cast. So the key to World Tournament, the most important thing to World Tournament is that with your deck, you can't be banned out. And what I mean by that is that it doesn't matter what 2 characters your opponent bans, or if they don't ban anything, you always have viable, good replacements, having a solid all-around, deck, which I would say should consist of kind of like anywhere between 15 to 20 cards. Okay, so the way mine would work is I'd have Commune. So in terms of bans, cards that would get banned most often in this deck would be Eleanor, Jian, and Tagros because of the stone. Sohar also got banned a few times as well. But I was saying in order, probably Eleanor, Jian, Tagros, Sohar. That would be the 4 top bans. Okay, so if I go through it like that, the other cards I will just name now, and I'll obviously go through how I would apply their use after those bans. The other cards that I'd be using would be Commune, Sophia, McKen, Colleen sometimes, Finn, Prilia, Poseidon. And that would be my supporting cards. Those are the only other cards that would get use out of my deck. Okay, would get use in my deck. And the way that would work is, for example, if they banned Bernard, I would replace it with Poseidon to keep with the acceleration change. If they banned Eleanor, So this is a key thing. If they banned Eleanor, I would have to with Eleanor bring in McKen, because that's the only other cleanser that I would use. Okay, and obviously with McKen I also have the immunity stone, which is very, very useful. This stone right here grants immunity on allies additionally when using Melody of Life, so it's fantastic. It's good against, you know, you could use it preemptively against dots, you know, Nikki, and, you know, things like that. So that was very, very useful. And in fact, I probably used McKen about 10 times. Didn't use a single game with McKen. I always won the games with McKen because she's very, very strong with the bear. And yeah, Perna, if Perna got a few bans, if Perna gets banned, I'd probably replace it with Kamoon. If Tagaros gets banned, again, it depends. So if you look at the backline, people like Hoa and Tagaros and Jian and Sohar as well, in fact, if any of these got banned, I would replace them with damage dealers depending on the enemy team. So for example, if they ban Hoa and the enemy team has a front line of 4 water characters, I'm going to put Prilia in. Okay, I'm always thinking about matching the attributes. Okay, I'm always thinking about using strong attributes. For example, if the enemy team is running 4-5 fire monsters, I'm going to use Finn. Okay, so you always got to be thinking about that. It's always about the attribute. The attribute is very, very, very important in this game. And again, defaultly, I'd say the 2 biggest replacers was Kamoon and Sophia, because Sophia is just incredible. Okay, very, very good against water monsters. People like, a lot of people running Konomaya, Kun as a front line. So Sophia just rips through them, defense down. And Kamoon as well. I've got the green stone for Kamoon. And the reason why I would use Kamoon is because the healing is fantastic. He's a nice off tank. And yeah, also in terms of spells, I'd have transfer at all times. You have to basically have transfer with Perna, because if you don't have transfer with Perna and use Perna twice, and they transfer those buffs onto you, you then have to use 2 cleansers to get rid of that. And by the time you've done it, you're pretty much dead. So what you're doing, you're stalling, you're holding your transfer, okay? You're pressuring with Perna. This is how I play the deck. I would use Perna as much as I can for the passive healing when it comes back into the hand, and also to apply the dots and apply pressure to the team, take the initiative, make sure they, because you've got to think about it, if you've got 4 Perna Eternal Flames on the enemy team, they then have to use their cards. It's there, you have the initiative, then you're open to counter players. Okay, this would be the spells all the time. The only time I'd ever change these spells, I would only ever change damage conversion, and that would be for Soul Cleanse if the enemy team was playing dots, for example Beretta comps, Nikki's and Sierras and things like that. So that would be the only change. That's kind of the whole thing. I'll quickly briefly go through runes. The runes that I was using, it's easier to look in this mode. I had Fatal on Tagaros, Fatal on Hoa, obviously attack dealers. Again, Soha Fatal to get more healing. Jian has energy for tanking purposes. Again, same with Ramagos, energy. Swift runes of Bernard for that 0 mana speed up. Perna's got energy because it scales with her passive. And Eleanor has energy as well. In terms of the backup units, Kamoon has energy. McKinney has will. Finn has blade runes for the crit rate, because if he hits his second attack with a crit rate, he freezes if he hits a critical hit. Kalina again energy because it does more healing. Prilia Fatal, and yeah, and Poseidon Fatal, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, guys, hopefully you get some use out of this, just to give you an insight of how I was so successful in the World Tournament as a free-to-play player, ranking 11th, rank 1 for the free-to-play players. Also, I want to do some more content and videos on this game. So if you found this interesting, or have any kind of suggestions of what you would like to see, any guides, example matches, any breakdown of plays, let me know. Barrier battle, I could do barrier battle videos. I'm 10-1. I normally get 10 wins in a barrier battle. And yeah, guys, so yeah, just let me know, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of this. I'll be doing some Summoners Wars Lost Terror content on the YouTube here on a, you know, weekly kind of daily basis. You'll get a couple of videos out of me every week. And yeah, guys, also I will leave a link to the socials. We're on Discord talking about the game all the time. On Twitch, I stream this game. I stream 6 times a week. I stream this game 3 times a week, which right now is Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays. And other than that, guys, take care. And until next time, I'll see you then.